Hello everyone. About a year ago I made a video about ocular myasthenia gravis and my experience with the disease and what was going on with it. Just as an update, my disease has generalized. I still get quite a bit of comments on that video, so I thought I'd make an update. And, excuse me, today I'm quite symptomatic, as you can see. I've got ptosis in the eyelids, especially my left. I am wearing an ocular lens that was recommended to me by one of my commenters, so thank you. It's very nice not having to wear a patch. I feel a lot more comfortable. I don't feel so self-conscious, despite my sagging eyelid. But, it has generalized. I can still furrow my brows. I can no longer raise them. That's me. I'm trying to raise them. I know, it's ridiculous. Otherwise, I was recently married to a Marine, and he is currently in training, but once we get paperwork and stuff in order, I will finally have insurance again, so I can actually get, the official diagnosis of this disease, and whether that's a blood test or one of the hundreds of other things that they can do to properly diagnose. I'm currently on 360 milligrams of methadone a day. I don't really believe it's enough, just because, I have a lot more stamina than I used to have, but I still get very fatigued. This past week was a garage sale. That's why if you're looking around behind the background, it's a total mess, and that's because I was helping with a garage sale. Just lost my train of thought. But yeah, during that, every day I would have to take a nap, because there's just so much moving around and just busy work, and on top of schoolwork and everything else, I would get so fatigued that I would actually have to sleep for a few hours. The biggest thing I've learned just in the past year or so having this disease is, number one, you really need to listen to your body. I have not had a myasthenic crisis as of yet. Knock on wood. I hope I do not have to have one of those. I've talked with a few people who have this disease and who have told me about, what goes on and everything else, and it's a very frightening thing. Really educate yourself. Talk to other myasthenics. Talk to your neurologist especially, as long as, he's experienced with the disease and everything else. Open communication is very important. You need to let your doctor know, close friends and family know symptoms of a myasthenic crisis, or if you're having trouble doing anything. There's no shame in getting help. As far as brain diseases go, I was told that if you're going to get a brain disease, this is the one to get, because you can get it under control. It takes a while to find out. I started taking methadone back in February, and I started out at a very low dosage. It was my family doctor that prescribed it, but, he's doubled it. He says I'm still far below the max dosage and everything else, but I have a feeling that when I get to a neurologist, he might start me on prednisone, which doesn't excite me, but, if it helps, at this point, if it helps get it under control so I can drive a car anytime I want to go somewhere, to hell with it. Pardon my French, but I'll do it. Be your own advocate. Make sure you educate yourself. Talk to your neurologist, like I said. Read articles. Go to the myasthenia.org website. Get a network of support, and just make sure you're advocating for yourself. I saw a neurologist that told me this isn't what I have. And he saw me at 7 o'clock in the morning, where I was at my strongest, and just basically told me I was full of it. He's like, no, it's something else. Okay, whatever you say. So that was an enormous, waste of money. So if you're looking for a doctor, a neurologist, make sure they have patience with this disease and that they know what this disease is. And like I said, you really have to be your own advocate. A lot of doctors and nurses, because it's such a rare disease, they get a little intimidated because you know more about it than they do. And that was the case actually with my sister-in-law, who is a nurse, and, you know, I explained to her that everyone is different. Everyone takes this disease differently. For me, it really affects, like, my skeletal muscles. Like you could see, I couldn't raise my eyebrows earlier. You know, it's really affected my smile. It looks more like a, well, like a fake smile than a real smile. I get general fatigue. My hands get really, really tired. And I draw as a hobby, and I can't draw for more than half hour at a time usually before I just start to lose strength, and my hand gets all shaky because I don't have the muscle strength to grip the pen anymore. My voice, I don't know how well it's coming through in the video, but my voice right now, I'm having a little bit trouble talking, like it's getting a little grainy. Trouble swallowing today, which is so much fun. I haven't really had any trouble chewing or breathing. I do get a little winded, you know, just from exhaustion, I think. But otherwise, I don't seem to have trouble breathing. I don't seem to have trouble with, like, my neck muscles or anything like that, which is good. But it's frustrating. And next month is Myasthenia Gravis Awareness Month. So, you know, if you have this disease, really speak out. Really start to educate people. You know, I'm not ashamed to sit here and talk about this disease because, you know, I have it. And I've accepted that. Some days it's a little harder than others. Some days it's just extremely frustrating and very depressing. Other days I manage it a lot better. I think my biggest thing is I hate watching TV with people and they just, you know, like their facial muscles work. They can smile like normal, they can see normally, and all these other things, and it's maddening sometimes because you're very jealous. Like, you know, I remember when I would do that, and I took all of that for granted, but, you know, man, you don't anymore after you get this. You have a good day, you're thankful for it. But don't give up. Keep fighting, keep pushing, be your own advocate. You know, ask a lot of questions, get in touch with people that have this disease, talk to them. I don't think, I can only speak for myself, but I don't think anybody that has this disease would turn away someone that says, you know, hey, I'm another myasthenic, I'm having a really hard day, can I just talk to you about it? Because sometimes you can't talk to just anybody because they just don't understand what you're going through. They don't understand how maddening it is, and they don't understand how depressing it is, and they just don't understand, and you can't fault them for it. But sometimes you just need to talk to somebody that knows what you're going through, and, you know, maybe they have some help. I'm wearing an ocular lens right now, so I don't have to wear an ugly patch. One of my commenters from my last video recommended that, so thank you very much. I'm loving it. They're not too expensive if you want to get one of these. It just kind of makes you look like you have, you know, a really dilated pupil versus not. But they're usually around $100 to $200, just depends on the eye doctor and where you order it from. But so that way if you don't want to wear a patch, you don't have to. I like it a lot because I hate wearing a patch. It's just not the most fashionable thing, and I normally am not very vain. I mean, as you can tell, my hair is not extremely styled or anything like that, but something about a patch. Not a fan of looking like a pirate, you know, so, but, just keep fighting. Be strong. There are people out there willing to talk and willing to listen. I'm not a doctor, so don't take my personal experiences or anything as, you know, a guideline for how you should live or how you should be. Any questions like that, definitely get in touch with your neurologist. But in terms of support, in terms of awareness, talk to people with this disease. You're not alone. Sometimes it feels like you are, because maybe you're like me and you're the only one in your little town that you live in that has this, and as maddening as it is, there are people out there that understand. There are people out there willing to help, willing to listen, willing to be your advocate. So don't be afraid to reach out. Be strong. Things will get better. They're getting better for me. They'll get better for you. All right? Take care, guys.